Hello, welcome to the Crimson Diamond, day 2, 2 Crimson, 2 Diamond. Hey Nancy, wanna play some billiards? Help me take my mind off things? Oh, hell yeah, because then I can get your fingerprint off the billiard cue. Careful you don't scratch. Scratch what? The balls. If you scratch the cue ball, that's the white ball, it means you hit that into one of the pockets. Why don't you try hitting the ball with the cue and I'll give you some pointers. Pick up cue. Oh! Oh, did you see him put it in her pocket? Oh my god, she's got like Mary Poppins pockets. I gotta make the obligatory, is that a pool cue in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I learned pool from the master, Donald Duck. Did anyone else watch that video in high school about Donald Duck using math to play pool? Donald Duck, professional pool player. Oh my god, it's so good. Whoop. There it goes. Oh wow, you know what? How about you just practice a bit? Oh, was that bad? I'll give you some pointers. Why don't you take the cue from me, Evan, and show me how it's done? Play pool well. You can't use well in this game. Play pool. Whoop. Oh. Try to follow through more. Follow through with pool cue. Dang, okay. Don't grip the cue so tight. Show me how it's done. Ask Evan to show me. What? Wait, he's got the rack. Maybe I can get his fingerprint from that. Or the ball, the cue ball. Oh, she's going for it. That looks exactly the same result as last time. I'm getting so much better. Be really good at pool. I think I'm supposed to be doing something here. Ask Evan for tips. What? Ask Evan for help. What? Ask Evan about help? What? He's like, I can't help you. Girl, no one can help you. Hit cue ball into pocket. Because that's scratching, right? And you didn't want me to scratch. Oh no! I've scratched! My goodness! This is trickier than it looks. I like the womp womp noise. Oh, I'll get the cue ball. Oh, and now I dust it for Prince. You pick up the cue ball, careful not to disturb its surface too much. Well done! See, by playing really badly, I actually played really well. It's all about 4D chess. It's all about 4D pool. Dust cue ball. Aha! Fingerprint is nice and clear. Fantastic work. I love this validation. It makes me feel so good. Hey, bye! Thanks for the lesson in pool. Oh, I'm gotta put the pool cue back. I think that'd be useful if I wanted to poke anything, you know? That was fun, Mr. Richards. Thanks. Sure thing, kid. Why is he suddenly so nice? It's suspicious. Good evening, Jack. Thanks again for that tea. Jack, hold still while I take your fingerprints. Jack is putting jam onto raw cookies. Oh, jam cookies. There's another tray by the window, full of freshly baked cookies that are now cooling. Wait, I can fingerprint the jam or the spoon or the tray? I'm making up some thumbprint cookies. They're Margot's favorite. They're also a favorite of mine. I'm hoping to get some food in her. She's not feeling well and doesn't have much of an appetite. I thought I had more jars of raspberry jam, though. Wait. Who's using raspberry jam for nefarious purposes? Mr. Richards loves these cookies, too. Hey, he'll put a bunch of them in his pockets to snack on later. Wait, what if someone has poisoned the jam with arsenic? That's what's been poisoned, because they're Margot's favorite. Ask Jack about cookies? These here are Hallograda. It's a Swedish word. My grandma used to make them. What does Hallograda mean? Oh, right. It means raspberry cave. Oh, I like that. Ooh, a little cave that raspberries live in. Raspberries hibernating in a little cave for the winter. Take cookie. They look delicious. Which would you like to take? One of the baked cookies or one of the raw cookies? This is giving me pause. I'm like, which one do I want to take? Take baked cookie. A freshly baked thumbprint cookie from the tray. Wait, a thumbprint cookie? Wait. Dust cookie. I wouldn't dream of wasting food like that. Besides, I don't think this cookie's the way. But they're thumbprint cookie! It's filled with jam. Trying to remove the jam would ruin the delicate fingerprint impression inside. I should look around for something else, like a raw cookie. Take a raw cookie. Jack, is it okay if I take this raw cookie, the one without any jam? Go right ahead. I ran out of jam anyway, so it's kind of a dud. He doesn't think that's weird. Doesn't think it's a weird request. Dust raw cookie. Coating inside the raw cookie with foot isn't going to preserve Jack's fingerprint. Oh my god. There must be a better way. Pour wax into raw cookie. It's time. You carefully pour the hot liquid wax into the hollow thumbprint cookie. Oh my god, I've been cooking this up for a while now. Wonderful. I just need to chill the wax so that it sets up nice and hard. Yes! Put wax in icebox. You put the wax-filled thumbprint cookie into the icebox. How long do I have to wait? You wait an appropriate amount of time for the cookie to chill. Okay, good. I guess I probably would have forgotten, to be quite honest. Terrific. The wax is rock hard, and the raw cookie dough is hardened too. Is there something on this counter? A salt shaker on the kitchen island. Take salt. Hey, where'd you think you're going with that? If you want to use the salt, just use it here in the kitchen. Carefully crumble the chilled cookie dough away from its hardened wax filling. You're left with a perfect impression of Jack's thumbprint cast in wax. Okay, perfect. Wait. Salt, baked cookie, and then I give it to Albert. He gets thirsty. Yeah! Yes! You shake a generous helping of salt into the thumbprint cookie. I am a genius. Definitely not at all hubristic. Ask Nathan for fingerprint. There has been thefts? That's not right. I'm happy to provide my fingerprint if that helps. Nathan patiently waits while you brush the soot onto his finger, then press a square of adhesive plaster on top. Removing the square of adhesive plaster from Nathan's finger reveals a clear fingerprint. Ask Kimmy for fingerprint. I'm sorry, Nancy, but I don't want to get involved. Kimmy? You suspicious little lady. Don't realize how suspicious that makes you look, Kimmy? Just mug. Don't have Kimmy's mug. Take mug. Pardon me, Nancy, I'm still drinking this. It's still nice and hot. So I must have to get it cold. Just need to refill her mug at the appropriate time. Maybe I can also give her a salted jam cookie? No thank you. I try not to eat sweets so close to bedtime. I'll come back to you, Kimmy. Oh! Is that something in his waste bin? Search bin. The waste paper basket is full of ink-splattered paper, most likely a result of Corvus's leaky pen. Take paper. Find a particularly clear fingerprint specimen, neatly tear it out, and take it with you. Genius. And you've got Corvus's fingerprint. I am so good. I knew searching the bins would pay off. Hey, Albert, do you like cookies? Say, Mr. Respa, how'd you like this thumbprint cookie? Albert's eyes light up. Splendid, that's just what I need. Thank you, miss. Enjoy. Oh, he's scarfing it down. Albert eagerly takes the cookie and consumes the thumbprint cookie in 2 bites. Crunch, crunch, smack, gulp. That was saltier than I was expecting. What an odd recipe. That cookie's got to be quite thirsty. Do me a favor and fill my drinking glass from that pitcher and hand it to me, miss. Yes, you're playing right into my hands, Albert. As you hand the full drinking glass to Albert, you stealthily wipe its surface of your fingerprints. Albert drinks the water in 1 gulp, then hands the drinking glass back to you. Aha! Powdering Albert's drinking glass reveals a fingerprint. Have I got all of the fingerprints now? I still don't have Kimmy's. Open window. I'm trying to think of ways I could cool down her tea. Maybe I can get some ice from the icebox. Oh my god, using the ice pick, you chip a bit of ice off the ice block. Woman! Much like a burger, I'm on a roll. Put ice in mug. Patiently wait until Kimmy sets her mug down. While Kimmy is distracted by her conversation with Nathan, you surreptitiously slip the ice chips into her mug. Oh dear, my tea's gotten cold. Kimmy, let me refresh your tea for you. Thank you, Nancy. How thoughtful. You have no idea, Kimmy. Dust mug. Aha! Powdering Kimmy's mug reveals a fingerprint. Finally, I've obtained everyone's fingerprints, plus fingerprints from the crime scenes. Compare fingerprints. After comparing the complete set of fingerprints, you're able to conclude, amazing, the fingerprints in the jewelry box and the curio cabinet match the fingerprint you obtained from Margot. Margot was the culprit behind both crimes. I should confront her with my findings. if she's not dead from arsenic. Huh, that wasn't field work, but it was pretty satisfying. Margot, I know you stole... She's like sleeping, and I'm like, wake up, bitch, I'm about to accuse you of a crime. I know you stole Nessa's ruby brooch and the silver steins. I know that Nessa is a little difficult, but this isn't the way to deal with her. She would take everything. Yes, I smashed the curio, though it broke my heart to do it. But the silver wedding steins are even more precious. I saved them and gave to someone I trust for safekeeping. Jack. 100% Jack. Nessa would sell them as soon as she was back in the city. That woman deserves everything bad that comes to her and more. Jeez! You may be right about that, but you deserve better than to be a thief. That isn't who you are. Will you let me give back her brooch? Ah, fine. The brooch is hers after all. It's in my walk-in closet. I will tell you where it is. Why? Why must the world be as it is? Nancy! I died! I knew it! I knew it! Look at her! She's arsenic poisoned! She's dying! She's in her death throes! Well, that's sad. Margot, are you okay? Margot? She's been arsenic poisoned. You hurry downstairs to tell Mr. Richards about Margot's sudden decline. Mr. Richards, come quick! There's something wrong with Margot. What? Oh no, he's not going to be very happy about this. Wait, what? Look at that! A creepy little creeper walking by. By the time you and Mr. Richards arrive in the master bedroom, Margot's body is already cooling, much like Kimmy's tea. The commotion soon brings Nathan and Jack to their room. Nathan's eyes widen, but he doesn't say anything. The three men gently carry Margot down to the root cellar and lay her out on a long wooden table. Wow! Like a carrot! Shocking to see Margot lying dead on the table. The kindness and warmth that once lit up her face are gone forever. Go do what you need to, then head out to the station to notify the authorities. Not like there's any rush now, is there? Yes, sir! Well, at least no vampires will get her body. There's lots of garlic around. Chapter 4. Tensions. I wonder if Margot was poisoned. Yes, how could it have happened? Something she ate, drank, maybe the broth. I should examine Margot's body. Is he gonna let me do this? Examine Margot. You wanna have a look? I'm gonna go have a drink. Don't drink too much now. I know all about the dangers of that. You determinedly decide to take a closer look at Margot's body. You find a small silver key in one of Margot's pockets. Intense scrutiny of Margot's skin reveals no bruises or abrasions, but you do find some rough, scaly areas on her hands and feet, darkened areas, and red patchy lesions on her lower legs. I wonder if these skin problems have something to do with her aches and pains. You're surprised to find that Margot's impeccably coiffed hair is hiding some thinning areas and a few bald patches. Does arsenic make you bald? Oh, having drawn closer to her mouth, you get a closer look. You do detect an unusual odor emanating from it, like almonds. What was the odor? Smell, odor. Distinct garlicky smell around Margot's mouth. That's strange. I don't remember seeing Margot eat any garlic. Come to think of it, Jack hasn't cooked us any meals using garlic. Maybe she's allergic to garlic. Maybe she's a vampire and they've killed her. Examine ears. You admire the majestic arch of the helix, the delicate shell-like folds of the concha, the graceful dip of the intertragal notch. Very nice! Imagine, looking at this dead woman's ears and going, dang, those are some good ears. The back of Margot's neck reveals darkened rough patches. That's odd, her neck is covered by your hair. It wouldn't have been exposed to much sunlight. So this probably isn't sun damage. Margot's neck is free of bruises and scratches. She wasn't clawing or grasping at her own neck. That may indicate she didn't die of asphyxiation. I feel like I've done a pretty thorough examination. Voices. What an unpleasant complication. Margot had to die at such an inconvenient time. Oh my god, she's so bad. It certainly wasn't what I was expecting. Never mind that right now. Help me jimmy this desk drawer open. They're committing crimes. I thought you were a lawyer, sir. I'm starting to think Father never made a will after all. We have our contingency plan. I'm not concerned. I'm stepping outside for a cig. What up, fellow kids? Ask about Margot. Well, certainly I like her a lot better now. Oh, you cold-hearted lizard of a woman. Actually, I've met nicer lizards than her. Where are Jack and Nathan? They must be outside. Just tramping through Jack's precious vegetables. Yeah, that's right. I'm a loose cannon who doesn't play by the rules. I'll step on your vegetables. I don't even care. Wait, who's that? Kimmy is here. What the heck are you doing here, Kimmy? Creeping? Being a creeper? Were you the creeper outside? The creeper creeping around? Eek! Yeah, no, Kimmy, you scared me. Oh dear, sorry to startle you. Why are you lurking, Kimmy? Exactly. Lurking? I was looking for owls. Sure. I feel like being a birdwatcher is great cover, because you can go anywhere and be like looking around, and then you can just be like, wow, me? I was looking for birds. So Kimmy's being a creeper in the forest, looking for owls. Some weird noises happening out here. It's those aliens. The aliens the game doesn't want you to know about. Where the heck are the boys? Oops, looks like I stumbled onto a conversation. Maybe if I... What? Talk later. We aren't alone anymore. What are you guys up to? Just getting some fresh air. Really? Well, I found some interesting samples in the riverbank this afternoon. Is that so? Can we have a look? I hope I can go back and approach from a different direction. You show the samples you collected from the river to Nathan and Jack. They inspect the samples intensely and exchange meaningful looks. What do you think? Very nice, Nancy. These are white garnets. Pretty big ones, too. Are they really, Nathan? Excuse me, I have to go to the carriage house and prepare the automobile for Jack's drive to the train station. No! No, I messed up. I might have to reload. I'm gonna approach the bridge from this way. I can hear Jack and Nathan talking, but the sound of the river is making it hard to hear them. How do I hear them? There's something down here. See something bobbing in the rushing water caught amongst some rocks. I think it looks like a glass jar. Like a jam jar? Take jar. Can't reach that. Need to find a safe way to get closer. What do I have? Tie rope to tree. You tie the rope around the tree. Hold rope. Tie rope around waist. Aha! Tank jar. Look at this. Genius. You take the glass jar. Do you see this person right here? Right here, me, sitting in this chair right here? You're looking right now at someone with a 5,000 IQ. Careful, Nancy! Careful, Nancy! Let's look at this jar. The jar retrieved from the raging river. Inside is a damp strip of flypaper. I knew it! Arsenic poisoning. This looks like one of Jack's jam jars. So Jack may be the killer. Closer inspection reveals a white powder residue at the bottom of the jar, a strip of damp flypaper inside the jar, and a small oily spot on the outside of the jar. Dust. Jar. Brush some soot onto the surface of the jam jar. A distinct fingerprint. The fingerprint on the glass jar belongs to Nessa. I'm gonna have to confront her and ask her about that jar. Same game. Jarring? That was pretty jarring. Okay, let's see if I can eavesdrop on this conversation. Maybe if I go over here and use my duck call. Let's help me on the past. Ducks! Watch out, ducks! Did that work? Oh. No, they knew it was me. Like, Nancy, we're sick of you and your fucking duck call. Eavesdrop. Oh! It was simple as that. Can't just toss these in the river like we used to. More's the pity. Wait, they know I'm there. They just heard me make a duck call. And then I walk behind a tree. And they're like, out of sight, out of mind. If Mr. Richards hadn't hurt his back trying to take this all on himself. With all the extra scrutiny lately, he can use all the help he can get. Lucky for us, it was mostly overcast last night. No moonlight, no sparkles. Huh. Is this something to do with the sparkles by the salt bag in the smokehouse? Are those all powdered diamonds and not salt crystals? I think that's all for now. Good thing there were no big ones tonight. Agreed. Meet you in the carriage house. Yeah, I'll dump these in the smokehouse as usual. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. What if I accidentally gave Albert a cookie with powdered diamond on top? That's bougie. You'd actually probably find that at a restaurant in, like, New York City. And it would be, like, $2,000 for a cookie. Hey, Jack. Ah! What are you guys up to? Me and Nat were just getting some fresh air and diamonds. Let's find Nathan. Good evening, Nathan. You show Nathan the sample you obtained from the cliff. This is igneous rock from the Precambrian era. He knows a lot about rocks. It's astonishing to think that it's 2.5 to 4.2 billion years old. And that's a rock fact. You show Nathan the sample you obtained from the boulder. It's a glacial erratic. Do you know what that is? Yeah, I'm a mineralogist, Nathan. I don't know if you heard. These are lovely white garnets, Nancy. I'm a bit of a collector myself. Can I buy those from you? No. Hell no, you suspicious little man. I prefer to keep them if that's all the same to you. He doesn't want me to know that they're actually diamonds. Evan's allergic to nuts. You got a bad skin rash from touching almonds. Oh, I have almonds. You get an even worse reaction and even die should he accidentally eat them. Wait, why does he have almonds in his house then? Nessa caused a bit of a stir bringing them. Oh, she brought them. That's kind of interesting, but I don't know if it's relevant. Jack keeps the lodge well stocked with flypaper. The pests are quite thick around here. I feel like Jack is looking kind of too suspicious, so it can't possibly be him. Throw me a bone, Nathan. Can't use bone in this game. I can't ask Nathan to bone me. That would be out of character for Nancy, to be fair. I think I'm gonna have to look at the hint book. Okay, I did see a hint that said that I could have climbed into the ladder and eavesdropped on a conversation they have. Aha! Do you think Albert suspects anything? Who cares what he thinks? We've kept him here. He might be convinced to help us. That's what's important. Wait, what? Everyone needs Albert's help. Why Albert? Why does no one want my help? Convinced, bribed, threatened? He'll be useful. I think so. He and I are meeting up in the boathouse to discuss his possible usefulness. I think they're up to something about the diamonds. But they don't want the diamonds to be found, because then white people will come and do what white people do. Or maybe they just want the diamonds for themselves. Maybe Nathan and Jack are lovers. Oh, Nathan yelps in surprise. Oh no! Oh, Nancy, I didn't see you there. Hee hee! Yeah, just, looking for needles in haystacks. You know how it is, Nathan. I wonder where Nathan's off to. He said he was meeting someone at the boathouse. Albert. I looked at way too many hints by accident. I swear it was unintentional. I just wanted to know what I should ask Nathan. And I saw that you can hide in a canoe here to eavesdrop on their conversation. Oh, there I go. Mr. Cardinal, are you here? I'm here. Have you prepared the document? Of course. Signed and sealed. Very official. A report declaring there are no diamonds in Crimson or surrounding areas, which definitely means there are diamonds in Crimson. Do you even care to know if there are really diamonds here? No. I care about protecting this land from further environmental devastation. You know what? I'm on Nathan's side for this one. This document is challenged by anyone, for any reason. You'll be hearing from me. Well, I mean, he kind of has the upper hand in this situation, because he could just be like, well, he paid me to make this fake report. Nessa? Stalk her through the night. That's like on the ground. Puddles of whiskey are staggered at irregular intervals, both on and off the path. Almost as if whoever's responsible for them was also staggering, so someone's drunk. I'm guessing Evan. Ah, Mr. Richards, there you are. Mr. Richards? Evan doesn't acknowledge your presence. He looks lost in thought, or maybe highly inebriated. Possibly both. I just came up with an evil idea. Just a little prank. It would look like an accident. I hear a rumbling in the distance. Is that thunder? Sounds like an automobile heading towards the carriage house. Is Jack back from the train station? That was quick. Maybe I should head over there and see what's going on. But what about Nessa? Head to the lodge to see what's going on there? There's so much going on. Yeah, I'm gonna see what's going on with Nessa first. Ah, Nessa and Corvus seem to be having an intense conversation. If I can get closer, maybe I'll be able to hear what they're saying. Eavesdrop. Too far away to hear the conversation. Aha! I won't be needing this anymore. Nessa takes a silver flask from her pocket and pours it out into the grass. What? Arsenic juice? What's that? Water adulterated with poison? I soaked flypaper in a glass jar and poured the liquid into my silver flask. I can't believe she's just admitting it. She's admitting to murder. Toss the jars over the waterfall. Easy as pie. I didn't think it would be quite so effective. I was thinking it'd be more gradual, less dramatic. Oh my god! She's the murderer! Arrest her right now! Citizens arrest! The tart couldn't even die properly. Whoa, but no matter. I'm gonna take that axe right now and swing it at her. Could look suspicious and be investigated. He's her lawyer! Why is she telling him this? What does it matter? There aren't any rangers around. or any other form of law in this godforsaken place. I am the law! I am the law! Citizens arrest, I tell you. What a strange conversation! Wait, I wanna look in the smokehouse. This is getting so juicy. Juicier than a freshly picked pear. The rock salt would benefit from a look under your loupe. Exactly. Taking a little handful wouldn't hurt. There's plenty here. Scoop up a handful of rock salt. Well done. Rock salt appears fairly unremarkable, but it's really powdered diamonds. As expected, the rock salt is composed of irregularly shaped crystals, but are generally cubic in shape. They are whitish to colorless. Some of the crystals appear irregularly shaped, more octahedral than cubic, but salt is fairly brittle and is water-soluble, so they can be just about any shape. Eat salt. Doesn't look very appetizing. Oh, well, if I tasted it and it wasn't salty, I would know it was a diamond. What about rub salt on plate? Take a few larger crystals of salt and rub them across your streak plate. The salt produces a white streak. Oh, so it's not diamond. I suppose that's to be expected, though if I were looking for other minerals mixed in with the salt, doing it like this is like looking for a needle in a haystack. I thought there weren't any needles in haystacks in this game. Voices! They can't know why you're really here. Who knows what could happen? Of course! It's a Mountie! I understand the potential risk involved. I will be discreet with my investigation. We'll just say you were in the area and that's how you got here so soon. Not that you were already on your way. Wait, why is he here? The young lady. Margot. Is there any reason to believe her death was suspicious? She's always been a bit sickly. Don't bother yourself with that. Yes, there is! I have got a confession out of Nessa. Come quick, Mr. Mountie, sir. Just make out like you're looking into her death. That'll be good cover. But focus on what you're really here for. There's so much going on. It's so juicy. I'm slurping it right up. Let's go look in Margot's room. In her boudoir. The last of the water in Margot's glass has evaporated, leaving a white powder residue. Nessa. Nessa is arsenic. Take glass. Take Margot's glass for safekeeping. Yeah, I don't want anyone disposing of the evidence. Unlock drawers. Slide the small silver key into the vanity's lock. It fits perfectly. Most of the drawers are full of various cosmetics meant for various parts of the face and don't interest you. But one drawer holds something worthy of closer inspection. You see a slim wooden box with a hinged lid and a smooth leather handle. Bursting with curiosity, you open the slim wooden kit. The kit contains a host of mysterious objects. Of particular interest are a pamphlet, a glass bottle, a metal box, and a small ampoule. Drug kit? Wait, no, the pamphlet! This must be, what Jack was doing to her. Smooth onion skin cover of the pamphlet seems to have a spot of oil on it. Cover of the pamphlet reads, Ehrlich's Magic Bullet Kit. Is it a NutriBullet? Small ampoule contains whitish yellow powder. It has a paper label. This compound contains arsenic. Administration in excess may lead to nausea, seizures, and death. Do not exceed appropriate dosage. So maybe that's like why her death was so sudden, more so than Nessa expected, because she already was taking some arsenic? What the heck is going on? Wait, what else is in this kit? See some oily marks on the surface of the glass bottle. Dust. Bottle revealed 2 fingerprints on the glass bottle. Wonder if there are more fingerprints to be found. They said there's a greasy spot on the pamphlet, so maybe I'll try that. Dust. Pamphlet. Aha! Metal box has a shiny lid. Shiny metal lid may have some oily smudges on it. Okay, dust. Lid. Oh my god, there's so many fingerprints! It's gonna be just Margot's and Jack's though, right? Fingerprint from the cover of the pamphlet belongs to Margot. I retrieved 2 fingerprints from the glass bottle in the kit. One is Margot's, the other belongs to Jack. The lid of the metal box in Margot's kit had 2 fingerprints on it. One is Jack's, the other is Margot's. Why are Jack's fingerprints here? I should ask him about this. Well, because he was doing some kind of procedure on Margot. I want to look at the pamphlet again. The interior of the pamphlet has detailed instructions on how to administer the mysterious contents of the kit. The instructions are complicated, involving sterilizing water, dissolving the yellow crystals in caustic soda, methyl alcohol. The instructions go on to say an assistant is required to help administer the injection correctly. This acidic solution ought to be injected deeply and slowly into each buttock. Oh my! Ouch! I don't think I want to read anymore. This is an extremely small paragraph at the bottom that you can't quite make out. To the aid of your loupe, you're able to discern the following. Warning, Ehrlich's Magic Bullet contains arsenic. Administration in excess may lead to nausea, seizures, and death! They really buried the lead there. I guess I should go ask Jack about the pamphlet. Cormorants, have you seen Jack? Ah, Nancy, there you are. We're about to get started. This he is Ranger Murdoch. Oh my god. Like Murdoch Mysteries. That is Canadian culture. I told him about poor Margot. He said he wouldn't mind stopping by and filing a report. A report? Whatever for? She had a fit and died. Bury her and be done with it. I'm sure there's nothing amiss, but how could I turn down Jack's hospitality? What about the bridge explosion? Do you have any news about that? Bridge explosion? News doesn't travel very fast in these parts. I'm out in the bush most of the time. Of course, I was so distracted by Margot's death that I completely forgot to mention the bridge to Ranger Murdoch. There's a lot of crime going around in this small, concentrated area. Bears and raccoons are more my jurisdiction. Oh, he's gotta make sure that the bears and raccoons are obeying the law. By the time Jack shows the ranger to the spare room, we realize a lot of time has passed and Mr. Richards still hasn't turned up. Has someone else pushed him in the river? That was my idea first, you know. Oh no, where's Mr. Richards? He's fell in. Or someone pushed him. Chapter 5, Escalations. You are shocked to see such disarray. I don't like the look of this. Has he also been murdered? Oh my god. There's liquid splashed haphazardly on the jetty and the path leading up to it. The source of the liquid appears to be Mr. Richards. He was leaking. There is a shoe print made in the spilled liquid, but I'm not sure whose it could be. Upon closer inspection, you ascertain the shoe print came from a size 14 foot. It's a big foot. It's a clown shoes. And what they say about men with big feet, they wear big shoes. You can see scuff marks, shoe prints. There are also splashes of spilled liquid. There's broken glass scattered across the jetty. Some of it looks like it may have once been the crystal decanters. Some may have come from a drinking glass. Glass has been knocked over, its contents spilled out onto the jetty. I think you can see an oily mark on the outside of the overturned whiskey glass. Could be a fingerprint. Dust. Glass. Aha! A fingerprint. It's gotta be Evans, right? Yeah, it is Evans. That makes sense. I did see Mr. Richards drinking out of this glass earlier. Scuff marks indicate that someone might have been dragged along the wooden boards of the jetty. Well, he wouldn't have needed to be dragged. He was just sitting there already. You could just go get him off. The direction of the scuff marks appear to lead away from the jetty, into the woods to the north. These scuff marks were made by rubber-soled shoes. Gumboots. This is so mysterious. Oh, the scuff marks! And what's that on the tree? You see some possible signs of a struggle. There are scuff marks and shoe prints in the grass and on the path, and some tree branches have been snapped off. You can see the smattering of shoe prints here that appear to have come from 2 different size shoes. Some of these look like they came from a size 14, but there are a few here that look to be a size 8. You can clearly see some long brown and gray hairs caught in the branches. Brown and gray hairs. Wait, Nessa! Take some of the long brown and gray hairs. Might be useful bits of evidence. Great for my hair collection. Hello? There's something on the ground. Look at that. Sparkling. Signs of a struggle continue in the area around the smokehouse. The scuff marks and shoe prints continue along the path and into the smokehouse. The door to the smokehouse is shut tight, but you can hear some indistinct noises inside. Is someone tied up in there? Eek! Something round and metallic on the path. Looks like a button. A gray metal button with 4 buttonholes. Who could this belong to? Oh! Huh. Nancy, I'm busy in here. Please step outside. Nathan is frantically rummaging in the smokehouse. Nathan, can you tell me anything about the scuffs outside that look like a person was dragged in here? Nathan, where's Mr. Richards? What's happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. On one hand, I'm relieved that I didn't stumble into anything ghastly. But on the other hand, where is Mr. Richards? And what's happened to him? I'll need to come to some conclusions and present them to Nathan. Maybe then he'll let me into the smokehouse and I can continue my investigation. I feel like the button might be Corvus's, and I want to check the dirt near where he was sitting earlier. I feel like I'll find his footprints there. Shoe prints. Size 14. Corvus. Corvus and Nessa. What do you mean I haven't seen anyone sit here? I saw Corvus sit here. Oh no! That was... Oh shoot. I reloaded the save. Oh no. Nathan and Jack have left shoe prints all along the riverbank. Jack was walking quite extensively on this part of the riverbank. These shoe prints are size 12. The shoe prints on this side of the bridge are quite large and freshly made. Considering I witnessed Nathan making these shoe prints, I conclude he wears size 16. Whoa, big boy over here with his big boy shoes. I'm annoyed about the Corvus thing. I wish I'd just gone back and talked to him, but it was such a nothing conversation that I was like, oh, it's fine. Men's boots are size 12 and have rubber soles and rounded toe boxes. They're very worn and made of faded brown leather. Wait, what rubber soles? I wonder if these are Mr. Richards' boots. Thanks to the loop, you can clearly see the initials ER written on the inside of the boots in small letters above the number 12. These boots belong to Mr. Richards. Rubber soles! You also appear at the men's boots in the left-hand cubby. There's another pair of boots here that are marked with a J, Jack, and are also size 12. These must be Jack's boots. Jack boots. Whose shoe prints are around the smokehouse? Who shoed the print? Okay, Corvus, I need to find that man. I need to look at his buttons. It's not a euphemism. Ach, I forgot to lock my door again. His pith. Albert's waste paper basket is filled with, "What do you think you're doing going through my rubbish? Leave that alone." But your rubbish is so interesting to me. You stumbled upon the Ranger rummaging in the closet. Ranger Murdoch, what are you doing in here? Oh, Miss Maple, is it? You certainly gave me a start. Jack directed me to the bathroom, but I don't seem to be in the right place. You bozo, you think I believe that? What was he doing in here? He's pissed off. Hey there, Nancy. Full house, isn't it? Well, I'll just ask about Corvus. I think they're both in Margot's big closet room. Nessa thinks Margot stole her ruby brooch, so they're tearing the place apart looking for it. Oh, she did. Oh, she did. They're right. I didn't find her brooch, though. Maybe I should have taken a closer look. Well, hello. Look, Corvus. Corvus Shaw is nattily dressed in black slacks and a striped vest with metal buttons. Metal buttons, huh? Corvus doesn't look quite as natty as he usually does. You might even go so far to say that he looks slightly disheveled. Is he missing a button, by any chance? Yes, he is! Aha! This button I picked up outside the smokehouse matches the ones on Corvus's vest. Ask Corvus about Bench. Bench outside between the lodge and the gazebo. I'd like to go out there for a breath of fresh air. Look at her, she's a bit disheveled herself. Look at her hair. Ask Nessa about hair. Found some of your hair caught on a tree branch. It looked like it was pulled out with quite a bit of force. My hair got all tangled up when I was looking for Evan in the forest, and I had to go pretty hard to get myself free. That certainly doesn't prove anything. Unlike your conversation earlier where I heard you confess to murder. Nessa, I found your fingerprint on this jam jar. So what? I found it in the river. There's a damp strip of flypaper in the jar. And if you examine the jar closely, there's a white powdery residue inside. I don't know if I should be telling her this. It's putting a target on my back. The boxes of flypaper at the lodge contain arsenic. It says so right on the box. You've soaked the flypaper in water to get the poison out of them. I found the same type of white powdery residue on the inside of Margot's drinking glass. I bet if the residue in the glass were to be tested, it would be arsenic. I think you soaked strips of flypaper in this glass to extract their arsenic and use them to poison Margot. I smelled garlic on Margot's breath, but she never ate garlic. A garlic odor is one of the signs of arsenic poisoning. Okay. When she was alive, Margot spoke of bodily aches and pains and nausea, but those were recent occurrences, probably around the time you and Corvus showed up to the lodge, I'm assuming. I examined Margot's body. I found indications that her body had been exposed for some time to arsenical compounds. I saw you empty your flask in the apple orchard. You were concealing arsenic-infused water in your flask. I overheard your conversation with Corvus in the apple orchard. Pretty incriminating. I'm damning her. I've got her. She's fell into my little trap. Perfectly. I've deduced enough about Margot's fate to make a very strong case for the authorities. I believe you murdered Margot and used arsenic that you obtained from flypaper to do it. No one will believe you. Why would they? You're just a silly girl. We'll see about that. I will bring this to the authorities. Okay, so maybe I should talk to the ranger. Ask Jack about Kit. I found a strange kit in Margot's vanity. Do you know anything about that? A kit? I don't know anything about that. I found your fingerprints on this kit, Jack. Did you have something to do with Margot's death? No, Margot had a medical condition and I helped her take her medicine. But I never asked her what was in it. The writing on the labels are tiny, my eyes are bad, I couldn't read them, and I didn't try. I know, you heard us. Jack goes right. Yes, once I didn't mean to. That probably sounded really suspicious, but Nancy, we were friends, and friends only. Do friends inject other friends' buttocks, Jack? I guess so. I do that for my friends. Do you think her treatments killed her? We were always so careful. Was it dangerous or poisonous? I think it was the tip of the iceberg. A straw that broke the camel's back. Jack, there's a pamphlet in Margot's kit that says the contents contain arsenic. She could have had a seizure due to an overdose. The tiny paper label on the ampoule says that it contains arsenic. I didn't find your fingerprints on anything in the kit that warned about arsenic, though. So I think it's possible you didn't know that Margot's medicine could be poisonous if an incorrect dose was given. Oh, that's good detective work. I didn't, I swear. I think I may believe you, Jack. Why don't you investigate people who didn't like Margot? I have been, Jack. Nessa, for instance. It's no secret those two didn't get along. Jack, I literally just accused Nessa of murder, okay? Don't get on my back about not looking into Nessa. I found some white residue at the bottom of Margot's drinking glass. It could be mineral deposits, or it could be something more lethal. We should keep this to ourselves for now. Can't risk raising a ruckus and upsetting Mr. Richards for no good reason. Mr. Richards might be dead, Jack. Maybe you can grab a box and examine it yourself? I think I saw a box of flypaper in the shed. Already done, bro. I'm like so many steps ahead of you, couldn't even count that high. Look, papers. Nessa has inconsiderately stepped on some of the papers too. Nessa stepping on the documents scattered over the lush carpet has created very clear imprints of her shoes. Well done! I already know Kimmy's shoe size, so the shoe print must belong to Nessa. Let me guess, she's a size 8. I might say Nessa wears a size 8. It's all coming together. Nessa's a baddie. in multiple ways. So she's getting Margot and Evan out of the way so she can inherit everything. Voices! And what government agency did you say sent you, Mr. Espa? Your government sent me. The specific name of the agency escapes me. Oh, you phony, you fraud. Here, I have the documents. I trust they're in order. We know he's proficient at faking documents. I don't believe that. Thank you. Let's see. Yes, these look just fine. May I see your identification papers? See here, officer, I'm a very busy man. I don't have time to root about in my documents to produce my identification papers at the moment. I am here because my government is doing a favor to your government. Yes. But what is your government? Albert? Huh? Oh, Miss Maple. Good evening. Okay, where are you going? Where are you going? Come back here. Come back here. I need to report a crime to you. Don't let him get away, Nancy. Is he in the bathroom now? Oh my god. He's pissed off again. Oh my god, he's so slippery. He's such a slippery little guy. Oh, Jack's in here now. Ask about Murdoch. Ranger Murdoch is settled in for the night. He's had a long day. Wait, he's gone to sleep. When I needed to report a murder to him. Oh, pardon me. Look at his little toesies out. Ask about Nessa. Miss Crab, she was asking me about that theft of that brooch of hers. I'm afraid I can't help her. I have bigger fish to fry. Diamond fish? Fish with diamonds in them? Ask about murder. And what do you mean you can help me with the murder? Report crime. Ask about crime. Ask about Albert. What can you tell me about him, seeing as you're better acquainted? Mr. Respa is Belgian, from Antwerp specifically. Is he? Is he, though? I hope I'm not having, like, a confidently wrong moment here, but I feel like the evidence points towards him being a German named Karl. I actually think his bedroom door is the only bedroom door in the lodge that locks. That's why he wanted the room. Ask about Nessa again, come on. Okay, what about Margot? Do I have anything helpful to tell Ranger Murdoch about Margot's death or my investigation into it? Yes, I have so much. Tell about arsenic. I think Margot was poisoned by arsenic. Margot was receiving a medicinal treatment that contained arsenic. The flypaper that's used in the lodge also contains arsenic. I suspect that these things are related. Perhaps? Oh my god. Nessa is a murderer. Tell about murder. Ranger Murdoch, I'd like to discuss my investigation with you. Your investigation? Yes, into Margot's suspicious death. Yes, well done. I know that the flypaper here at the lodge contains arsenic. If Margot was poisoned, the killer could have used the flypaper I found. I found some white powdery residue in the bottom of Margot's drinking glass. Earlier this evening, I saw Nessa bring Margot a jug of water and a glass. It would have been the perfect opportunity for Nessa to poison her. I've examined Margot's body and made some interesting observations about the state of her health before her death. It's fairly unusual that Margot would have this type of skin lesion. These don't look like bug bites or anything else I can easily identify. Margot's fair complexion leaves me to believe she usually stays indoors. Her skin wouldn't be prone to sun or wind damage. This rough patch on her neck that you found probably wasn't caused by external factors such as her environment, though I can't rule out something like allergies. I don't think allergies would account for the poor condition of Margot's hair. It's brittle and seems to be falling out, creating thinning and balding areas on her scalp. Your findings are very helpful. I'll collect my own evidence and make my own inquiries. What if he's a fake Mountie? What if he's not a real Mountie, he's just faking? He's obviously in on some plot with Jack. Have I talked to him now? Have I said enough to him? Successfully investigated and reported Margot's death. Okay, I did. Now to look at Albert's shoes. How do I get him out of here? Listen to this great dunk call, Albert. Ask to leave. Let it use the little effect. How do I get him out of here? Ooh, are there shoes in here? Aha! You can see small number 12 marked on the insides of the shoes. 14 was the ones by the dock, I think. Fantastic, I've gotten everyone's shoe sizes. Mr. Richards seems to have been dragged into the smokehouse, though I'm not sure why. Judging by the shoe prints in the area, I'd say Corvus and Nessa are the culprits. But I need to connect the evidence outside the smokehouse with the incident at the jetty. I should go back to the jetty and take a closer look. Okay, I missed something at the jetty. And then, once I've learned more, I guess I go back to Nathan and report to him. And he lets me in the smokehouse. We solve the murder, then I go home a hero. Heavy crystal decanter has been broken into dozens of jagged shards. Avoid me imprints. Oh, so someone broke the decanter over his head, maybe. We carefully dust the crystal decanter fragments to reveal 2 fingerprints. Well, one's going to be Mr. Richards' print, and one is going to be Corvus's, maybe. Evan's and Nessa's on the crystal decanter. I'm satisfied with my investigation so far. It's time to go inside the smokehouse and share what I've learned with Nathan. They obviously want to eliminate Margot and Evans so she can profit off the will. But how do I prove that? Unless I overhear a convenient confession again. Nathan, I have a theory about what's happened to Evan. There are shoe prints all over the jetty, leading into the smokehouse. Yes, I saw those, but I have no idea who those could belong to. I do. I did a bit of detective work and learned the shoe sizes of everyone in the lodge. And according to my findings, I've concluded that Nessa and Corvus dragged Mr. Richards off the jetty and into the smokehouse. Please let me take a look in here and see what I can find. You've done very well, Nancy. Maybe you can figure out where Evan is now. If you find anything of significance, let me know as soon as possible. I need to go talk to Jack about all of this. Meet us in the study when you're finished here. The smokehouse is in disarray. Debris covers the table and floor, and there might even be something on the wall. Eek, what happened here? Yellow fibers on the floor of the smokehouse. We also see some crumbs. The fibers have come off from a woven hempen rope, probably due to friction. Could it be that Mr. Richards was tied up here in the smokehouse? Uh-oh. I think so. With the aid of the loop, you conclude that the crumbs are probably from the thumbprint cookies you saw Jack baking earlier. Oh, because like Evan keeps them in his pockets. You can just barely make out a symbol low on the wall and under the table. what could that be? The symbol appears to be a circle within a circle. The smaller circle is copiously filled in with a red substance. Damn! Uh-oh. I wonder what the symbol is painted with. It's definitely not paint. Sticky, drippy, red, and a bit chunky. Eek! Lick. Substance. Seriously questioning your own judgment, you crane your neck towards the wall and stick out your tongue. You gingerly touch the tip of your tongue to the smokehouse wall. Oh, tastes like raspberry jam. I knew it. I knew it. There are jagged fragments of Jordan almonds scattered all over the table. Oh, he's allergic to almonds. Well, Nessa eats Jordan almonds. Evan is allergic to almonds. And we know Jordan almonds can apparently be used as a substitute for a bullet. It's not looking good. They shot him with a deadly almond bullet. You remove some of the Jordan almond fragments from the table. You carefully dust the Jordan almond fragments for fingerprints. And amazingly, you're able to recover a partial fingerprint from one of the larger pieces of Jordan almond. After comparing the partial fingerprint you obtained from the Jordan almond pieces, you conclude Nessa is the one who crushed these Jordan almonds in the smokehouse. It was Nessa in the smokehouse with the Jordan almonds! Judging from the frayed rope fibers, Mr. Richards could have been tied up in the smokehouse after he disappeared from the jetty. I think Mr. Richards partially freed himself and painted a symbol with raspberry jam. He took care to conceal the symbol under the table. It could indicate where he was taken next. The symbol looks like the thumbprint cookies that I saw Jack baking, and their middles were filled with raspberry jam. I know that another name for the thumbprint cookies is Halon Grotto, Raspberry Cave. So if Mr. Richards is trying to help people find him, then he's a place that would be like a raspberry cave. Garnets, he must have been taken to the garnet mines. You breathlessly tell Nathan and Jack your theory about what happened in the smokehouse, ending with your belief that Mr. Richards was taken to the garnet mines. Those have been sealed shut for decades. We should drive out there and check just in case. I agree. It'll take some time to prep the automobile. To the carriage house. I'll meet you there. I'm gonna fetch Ranger Murdoch. Stay put here in the lodge, Nancy, in case Mr. Richards comes back. No, I want to go to the raspberry cave. Yeah, Humph is right. Take me with you. Well, I'm certainly not going to just wait around here. I'll convince Jack and Nathan to take me with them. Oh! The big blue trunk's lid is up and the padlock hanging open. Peer into the blue trunk. There are some old threadbare linens lining the interior and obscuring the trunk's bottom. But by methodically feeling around inside, you discover a hidden compartment, a bullet, and a blasting cap. Jack let Albert store his things in this trunk. He wanted to lock this all away. The same as how he demanded to stay in Jack's room, the only bedroom with a lock. Seems like Albert was concerned about keeping his secrets. And he's armed? Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. Maybe literally. It's likely Albert purchased these blasting caps in Canada. They tend not to get shipped overseas because they're fairly hazardous materials. That's hard to tell with the design printed on the lid. You think you can see an oily smudge? Oh, know what that means. It's dusting time. It's time to get dusty. You revealed a fingerprint. Aha! Well, it's obviously going to be Albert's. As I suspected, this fingerprint belongs to Albert. What's happened here? Albert's room is a mess. Clothes are hanging haphazardly in the wardrobe, the waste paper basket is stuffed full of papers, and all of his luggage is gone. He's fleeing this time. There's a strip of telegraph tape lying just outside of the waste paper basket on the carpeted floor of the Carl telegraph, I bet. The telegraph tape reads as follows. Carl L. Proceed to Sue Locks with package. Deliver package by 3 a.m. Await further instructions. Well done in crimson. Well done in crimson? What could that mean? He exploded the bridge! A large red cylinder seems to have rolled partially under the bed. He reached down to retrieve the red cylinder from Albert's bed. Uh-oh. I think this is a stick of dynamite. Oh my god, am I gonna die? Yup, it's a stick of dynamite. Looking at it makes you sweat. Yeah, I'm sweating. It's been a while since I saved. Dynamite is not a standard piece of mineralogical equipment. Albert is not a standard mineralogist. So Albert is really the loose cannon who doesn't play by the rules here. I'm starting to think he's not a mineralogist at all. Only now? This is an explosive discovery. Albert isn't who he says he is. I believe he's headed to the Sioux Locks to sabotage them with explosives. Oh yeah, he probably destroyed the bridge. Because, well, he's German, and he's working for the German army, because this is right before... Or is it during World War I? I forget what exact date. It was sometime in the 19-teens. I need to head to the carriage house and tell Jack, Nathan, and Ranger Murdoch. Hurry, Nancy, hurry! Jack, what's going on? The automobile's gone, Nancy. Oh, I bet Albert took it. Stinky Albert. And by Albert, I mean Carl. I think Albert's stolen the automobile. You hear a rumbling. Is that thunder? Nope, that's Nathan. He went and got his automobile. Tell me what you know on the way. Time's a-wasting. Let's go, gang. You all pile into Nathan's automobile and head for the mine. Wow, it's like shocking how many criminals were all in this one place. Like, Nessa and Corvus, Margot had a criminal past, and Albert, who knows who else? I mean, obviously Nathan and Jack might be up to something shady, but I think Nathan's heart is in the right place. I don't think he's actually committed anything that I would consider as serious a crime as, like, murder. Mr. Cardinal, I'm sorry we couldn't meet under better circumstances. Look at this little car! Doot, doot. I understand your reluctance to be involved with the authorities. It's entirely justified. I think Albert's stolen the automobile. Nancy just, like, enough about you. It's time to talk about me and what I've discovered. I think he's driving to the Sioux Locks to bomb it. He's not a Belgian mineralogist at all. He's a German spy. That's what I said. That's what I said. Senior detective. And his name might actually be Carl L. Carl L? Where did you hear that name? I found this telegraph tape and stick of dynamite in Carl's room. Oh, also, I think Albert's got a gun. He's been storing bullets in the blue trunk. I think you're dealing with a professional saboteur, one that's armed and dangerous. Got it. We'll keep all of that in mind when we confront him, Nancy. Thank you. The Raspberry Cave. The mine entrance has been blasted shut. Chapter 6, Confrontations. How are we going to get in? Dunno, but I'm gonna grab that shovel and start digging. Good on you, Jack, actually helping out and doing some work. For once, the protagonist doesn't have to do everything. I've got to help Jack with this. Oh, but I'm gonna do most of the work, of course. What's this on the ground? The reel of wire still looks pretty good, considering it's been outside for years. Are we gonna blast the entrance with the dynamite? Disclaimer, the developer of this game assumes no responsibility or liability for any errors or omissions in any processes depicted, particularly dangerous ones involving explosives. Do not attempt anything in this game in real life. I can't attempt to make a wax mold in a thumbprint cookie. I was looking forward to trying that out. I'm all set. I just need to cut the wire from the reel and insert the cut end into the plunger detonator. Don't have wire cutters, and you don't see any here. Wonder where I could get a pair of wire cutters. I'm so close. Ask Jack about wire cutters. Surely he conveniently has some wire cutters. Would you happen to have any wire cutters, Jack? I do, actually. I knew it. Handy dandy Jack. He's a jack of all trades. The explosive is rigged. It's time to set it off. I managed to cobble together an explosive to help clear the rubble. Yeah, I better let him know before I set this up and explode him into lots of little bits. Set it up when you're ready. I'll keep shoveling at this rubble just in case it doesn't work. Wait, Jack, do you want to be exploded into lots of little bits? Would we survive? If you would just hide behind this medium-sized rock. Push. Plunger. Here goes. Yeah, I had a bad feeling about that. Maybe step back a wee bit. Well, I got an achievement for that. Oh no, wait, I accidentally got both me and Jack. Please be more mindful of others. Collateral damage. How do I do it from far away? Unspool wire. Take plunger behind rock. I've taken the plunger and placed it out of harm's way. Set off explosive. Here goes nothing. That was a bit anticlimactic. Wait, was that it? What now? You and Jack have managed to create a Nancy-sized hole in the rubble. Think I can squeeze through. Go in hole. Alright, I can fit through this opening. She goes squeezing through the hole. I would not do that. Wait, before you go, it's gonna be dark as night in there. Darker even. Take this lantern. She's gone already. Oh, and popping up like a little gopher. I've got another one, don't you worry. Hey, you're not the only one with big pockets. Oh, he's seen what I can do with a pool cue, I see. Oh, wow. If the situation wasn't so dire, you'd be dazzled by this cave of natural wonders. Instead, the red gleams look like blood is beading on every surface just waiting to fall. Oh, that's sinister. That's a great description. Not jam, not raspberry jam. Adventure games love a cave. You notice a particularly large red crystal embedded in a nearby boulder. Take crystal. You chip a particularly lovely crystal sample out of the rock. I'm gonna be rich! I can quit working at the museum and start working for myself. This looks like a jaw crusher. It would coarsely grind up the garnets, but more processing is required to grind them fine enough to be sold as an industrial abrasive. Garnets get fed into the hopper, the flywheels are turned, which activates some kind of grinding mechanism. Are we going to throw Nessa in there? Is she going to get pulverized into a fine dust and used as an abrasive? This is where the jaw crusher produces the smaller coarse garnets. There are still some in here. Take some of the coarsely round garnets out of the bucket into your pocket. We'll throw them into Corvus's face, blinding him permanently. What? You slip and fall into the distant, jagged depths of the mine? Are you kidding? A slip of a girl. Again, at least I got the achievement. Oh my god, there's so many places I can go in here. Maybe I shouldn't go this way. Yeah, I think maybe not. Okay, that's the bad way to go. Where am I going? I don't know. You aimlessly wander in the mine until the lantern goes out. Wandering aimlessly seldom ends well. Have a game plan first, or some step-by-step directions. I wonder how safe it is to be in here. Well, I know the answer to that, Nancy. Not very. You've already died in like 4 or 5 alternate realities. Aha! Here are some pointy-toed size 14 men's dress shoe prints. And impressions made by size 8 women's shoes. And size 12 men's boots. I recognize this tread pattern from Mr. Richard's other boots. Now, I need to track these shoe prints and discover where they went next. The fresh shoe prints head east, deeper into the mine. Nothing but dusty miners' shoe prints down the southern path, where a lot of people died. Because apparently down there is just a pit. I hope we can find Mr. Richards before it's too late. What the heck? Don't tell me I'm dead again. What was that? Despite the terrifying rumbles and shudders surrounding you, you forge onwards. Seems like a bad idea. I'd just feel like, well, Mr. Richards is probably dead in here anyway, so I think I'm gonna leave. I'm young. I've got so much of my life ahead of me. I don't think it's my time to die in this mine. Nope, never mind. He's not dead. Yet. Sign your will, Evan. Sign my fate will, you mean? If you're so smart, why didn't you just forge Pa's will? If you were so smart, you'd know that Pa's lawyer is still alive. He'd pipe up pretty quick if an actual will from his client came out of nowhere. But this is a perfectly suitable backup plan. It's much easier to forge your will Why can't he forge his signature then? If you do as you're told, I'll let you die quickly. Otherwise, you'll starve to death in the dark. And we'll forge your signature anyway. Why don't we just do that? I have to rescue Mr. Richards. My first order of business is to distract Corvus. I know exactly what to do. Whoa, there's a duck down here in this mine. This is really not a good time. Thought I could distract him with a duck. Hide behind boulder. This is a pretty good place to conceal myself should Corvus happen to turn his head. Maybe I should go this way and see what happens. Oh, that's pretty distracting. Oh. What was that? Just another cave-in. Oh, he wasn't even distracted by a cave-in. An old table is left behind in the cavern. There's some crushed Jordan almond pieces on the tabletop. That gives me an idea. Throw almond at Corvus. Ooh, throw almonds in middle door. Then he'll go see the source of the noise. He'll be blocked behind. It must be something like that. Throw garnets in middle door. Throw salt in middle doorway. Take rock. Pick up a plain rock from the floor. Okay, throw rock in central doorway. Throw rock. You're in a good place to do something, but be more specific. You're currently carrying a river rock, a glacial rocks of granite, a boulder sample with lovely red crystal, a plain rock, and that's it. Throw plain rock. Throw plain rock at Corvus. Throw plain rock. Away. Down the passage. That's what I wanted to do, but I just had to phrase it the right way. What was that? Someone coming from the middle passage. Thought I heard something too. I'll take a look. Die, you fool! Oh no! Corvus, what have you done, you oaf? Either Corvus is inaudible behind the pile of rubble, or unable to reply, because his whole bones are crushed, pulverized. Eek, I didn't expect that to happen. I mean, I expected it to happen because it's exactly what happened to me in an alternate reality. The multiverse is real. Corvus? We're making some progress. Oh, Nancy, what are you doing? Let's see if I can free Mr. Richards while Ness is preoccupied. 2 against 1 sounds like better odds. Maybe we can turn the tables on her until Jack arrives with help. You'd better be digging as hard as I am, Corvus. Nessa continues to paw ineffectually through the rubble while chastising Corvus. I mean, if he's dead, she gets more money. So why would she? No, she saw me! Nancy, what are you doing here? You just don't know when to quit, do you? When I get over there, you'll wish you never meddled. Throw rock at Nessa. Okay, wait. Oh my god, I don't know what to do. I've got you, dearie. Nessa pulls a knife out of her skirt pocket. Nessa ties you up tightly with lengths of rope and sits you down beside her brother. Was this scripted, or am I gonna die? Am I dead? Is this a game over? Nessa tends menacingly towards her brother. And now to take care of you. Not in front of me, please. Nessa takes a handful of crushed almonds from the table. Oh, she then stuffs the almonds in Evan's mouth. Oh no, that's horrible. Oh god! Nessa, no! Cough, ack. Cough, cough, ack. Oh, he's just beatboxing, it's fine. Goodbye, Miss Maple. Enjoy slowly starving to death. Well, I've got these Jordan almonds here, so it's fine. I won't starve. Actually, I don't think it is fine. You know, I can also eat his corpse, so joke's on you, Nessa. Yeah, I don't think this is a good ending. You do your best to comfort Mr. Richards, though you don't know if he can hear you. You tell him about how beautiful Crimson is and what it felt like for you to see it for the first time. But you keep talking until the wheezing stops, then you sit and stare into the fire. Eventually, you hear voices and footfalls. Wait, but no, I feel like I have to be able to do something. I feel like I should have done something. I'm not happy about this. I want to go back and redo it. Mr. Richards is dead. No, I have to redo it. I have to redo it. No, oh my god, I have to redo it. I can't let that be the ending. I gotta save him. Sneak to Evan. Tiptoe to Evan. Crouch to Evan. Hit Nessa on head. I think that would actually achieve quite an effect. I could tie her up with the wire. Mr. Richards' eyes widen when he sees you. He gestures with his head to something to the right of him. What is he trying to get me to notice? Something on the table? Or maybe the lantern? I think I'm gonna get a hint because I don't know what to do. Apparently, check your notebook for things you could try. Turn the tables on Nessa. Something literally about the table then. This is so stressful. Take almonds. She didn't notice me. You take the crushed Jordan almonds from the tabletop and throw them over the edge into the darkness. I won't let these endanger Mr. Richards' life. Nancy. When they get over there, you wish you'd never meddled. Flip table. Push table into Nessa. Pick up lantern. Stop, come any closer and I'll throw this lantern over the edge. You need the light just as much as we do. No one can leave this cavern without it. Jack will be along shortly. It's over, Nessa. You can try getting away, but my dear little brother certainly can't. Where's she going? What's she doing? Don't come any closer. Stay where you are. You're trying to tell me what to do? How dare you? Why did you ever set foot in Crimson? Why? To find the diamond! The Crimson Diamond! Nessa stamps her foot angrily. You're ruining everything! She's throwing a little tantrum. Oh, Nessa! Nessa! Nessa, be careful! Don't tell me what to do, how dare you! Nessa pulls a knife out of her skirt pocket. You'll never leave here alive. I hope she gets crushed by a rock. The whole mine gives a great shudder, and part of the floor gives way. Nancy! Nessa clings desperately to the edge of a now yawning chasm, which has already swallowed her knife. Ah! Perish. Step on her fingers. Evan doesn't deserve those diamonds. Once I get out of here, the world will know about them and I'll be rich. Oh my god, she's literally about to die and she's still being a bitch. Like, girl, the only way you're getting out of here is an elevator straight to hell. Fool, what happens to nice girls? Do you think you're a doormat? I wouldn't even bother wiping my shoes on you. Well, what if I wipe my shoes on your fingers right now, Nessa? What would you think about that? She's not really endearing herself to me and making me want to save her. You hear me? Do you think you've won? Dumb luck is all it is. Actually, it's my genius level IQ, Nessa. Now get my name out of your mouth. What am I supposed to be doing right now? She's just repeating herself. Step on Nessa's fingers. Doesn't seem to work. Walk away. Do I have to save her? Save Nessa. Oh, Nessa, do be quiet for once. I wanted her to die so badly. She's so nasty. You're stronger than you look. Wow, a compliment. Shocking. I wonder if I could safely secure Nessa. I need to do something before I start standing up, or else she might run off. Tie Nessa up with wire. Huge reel of wire is far too cumbersome. Something smaller and faster to deploy. I'm not sure if I have what I need to do this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? No, for real. No. What, there's an item in the linen closet? Ah. I needed to padlock Nessa. I want to get the best ending. I'm literally padlocked out of the best ending. Oh, I thought I was sending Nessa to hell, but it was really I who was going to hell. I'm in puzzle purgatory, adventure game purgatory. I can't believe this. Remember 5 minutes ago, probably less, when I was like, oh, you're looking at someone with a genius level IQ. I'm eating those words like bitter Jordan almonds right now. Oh, good grief. Okay, you know what? I'll just get the bad ending now. I'll replay it later and get the good ending. Slap Nessa in the face. You wouldn't hurt a fly. Nessa's worse than a fly. I wouldn't hurt a fly, but I would hurt Nessa, you know. Should I just go back and let her die? Like, I'd rather let her die. No, you know what? I don't want to see her live. I don't want to see her live. I need her to die. If I can't arrest her, she has to die. Leave. Nancy! Good. Ah! Straight to hell! The devil will look her in the eye and recognize a kindred spirit. Well, I suppose that's that. I just let a woman die. To be fair, she was probably the vilest, most evil person in the whole world, so I don't much care. Mr. Richards stays for a while at the edge of the chasm. That was his sister, but, you're better off. He then turns his head towards you. His expression is unreadable. Help me out of these ropes, will you? Is he gonna kill me for killing his sister now? Yes, sir. Wait, do you hear that? We're in here, help! Nancy, is that you? Mr. Richards! Oh my god, I actually thought it was gonna be like Nessa crawling out of the pit. Like a little demon to get her revenge. Oh, Corvus is trapped behind that rubble in the middle passageway. We should probably get him out. Is he trapped, or is he crushed to death, pulverized like a garnet or a Jordan almond? Working together, you eventually clear the rubble and free Corvus. He's a bit worse for wear, but has only minor injuries. Ranger Murdoch cuffs Corvus just in case. At least someone can pay for the crimes. Oh, where's Nessa? Hell, there's a cave-in. The ground opened up. She fell in. Let's get out of here. Yay, he's protecting me. He's hiding the fact that I let his sister die. Oh, and we still gotta get Albert. I'm not actually a forest ranger. I'm a member of the Northwest Mounted Police. Wait, I thought we knew this. We've been on the trail of a German spy and saboteur who's rumored to be in this area. Oh, Albert, aka Carl. We believe he's responsible for the bombing of the bridge west of Crimson. Albert Carl L., a man known to us as Carl Leffler. You revealed him, Nancy. Well done. Not only that, you tipped us off to what his next target would be. The Sioux Locks. Right again. As you know, Canada declared war on Germany a few weeks ago. Wow, it's fresh. It appears operatives directed by the German Foreign Office have undertaken a campaign here in Canada to delay military aid to Europe by targeting transportation links such as railways, bridges, and canals. We strongly suspect that Carl L., a man we know as Carl Leffler, is one of those operatives. He has been apprehended at the Sioux Locks while setting up explosive charges. Okay, good. He's going to jail. It's too bad Nessa got away. I don't like loose ends. I mean, she didn't get away. She died. I think. Me either. Well, sorry. The game didn't have to guilt trip me like this. Just because I didn't realize I could pick up the padlock. I know. Stop. I wish she could have been brought to justice. She is facing justice in super hell. Let's go. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. Chapter 7, Conclusions. The train station is a flurry of activity. Rangers are milling all around, consulting with each other in whispered conversations. Thanks to the intelligence he provided, we were able to alert authorities in Sault Ste. Marie about the impending sabotage attempt on the Sioux Locks. They were ready and waiting, and caught the man red-handed with luggage full of dynamite and blasting caps, not to mention a 9mm Luger in the glove box. Imagine his surprise when they called him by his real name, Carl Leffler, aka Albert Respa, German spy and saboteur. I would have loved to have seen the look on his face. Me too. All in all, some mighty fine work, Ranger Murdoch. A crisis has been averted. As much as I'd like to take credit for it, Nancy Maple here is the one you ought to be thanking. She single-handedly figured it out. All I did was pass along the information. Well then, my thanks to you, Nancy Maple. You're a Canadian hero. That's right, I let a woman die. I'm a Canadian hero. Though I'll warn you now, you might have to be an unsung hero at that. What? I have a feeling the Canadian government won't want to reveal just how vulnerable we were tonight. Nancy's one of the unsung heroes of history. Oh, I don't mind at all. I mind, as long as things worked out for the best. We've just come from the old abandoned garnet mine. This is Mr. Corvus Shaw. I've arrested him in connection with the kidnapping of Evan Richards of Crimson Lodge, as well as attempted fraud. Mr. Shaw is also a suspected accessory in the murder of a young woman. A busy night. Nathan drives you, Jack, and Evan back to the lodge. Margot's death feels like it happened weeks ago. It feels like years ago that you spoke to your boss, Professor Plummer. Ah, my boss, my field work. What am I gonna tell him? Tell him that you're a Canadian hero. My goodness, what a night. I've never been so exhausted. Aww. Taking off her little shoes. You climb into bed and are eager to fall asleep. But as your gaze falls onto the ransacked curio cabinet, you realize there are a few things you may want to bring up with the other inhabitants of the lodge tomorrow morning. I better make some new notes on fresh paper to remind myself. Did Margot have an accomplice in the ruby brooch theft? It could have been Jack, but I also don't think so. No. I think Margot acted alone. Who was the imposter at Crimson Lodge? Albert. Oh, so I didn't get the other one right. What was Kimmy's true goal? To see birds. I'm not sure I got that right. I can't believe I've missed so much in this game. Were Evan Richards and Nathan Cardinal friends or enemies? Friends. Their conversation in the conservatory indicates that they are similarly aligned when it comes to the fate of the lodge and lands. What were Jack and Nathan trying to conceal? Diamonds. It is possible after all, but so far that is only a hunch, based on the samples I've gathered. I don't have evidence? Where did Jack conceal the suspected diamonds? Boy. Good question. Vegetable patch. May have a theory about that, but no proof. Were Margot and Jack having an affair? No. I'm quite sure Margot and Jack were just friends. These little questions remind me of the Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective board game. They'd always be like little questions like this at the end of it. This is so good. But I feel awful that I missed so much. What item suggests Nessa came to the lodge intending to threaten or harm Evan? Jordan almonds. Mr. Richards is allergic to almonds, and Nessa knew that. Those were all the questions? Wake up the next morning feeling refreshed and ravenous. You enter the kitchen and find the other inhabitants gathered around the table, digging into a hearty breakfast. Mr. Richards is slumped in front of his plate, eyes downcast, because I killed his sister. Kimmy, I'm sorry that your birding trip is full of so much drama and tension, but I'm very glad I got to meet you. Yeah, I really didn't get to the bottom of what Kimmy's up to. I really thought it was just birds! Nathan, I have to know. I saw and heard you buy a phony mineralogical report from Albert, not her calling him out in front of everyone. A little Poirot over here, revealing everyone's secrets at the breakfast table. Yes, I did pay Albert to write a mineralogical report that stated there were no diamonds on the lands around the lodge. That would make the land worthless to Nessa, and she would stop bothering Evan and go home. He was perfectly willing to prepare the document to say what I wanted, for a price. I still have it, with Albert's signature and official seal. With Evan's permission, I plan on mailing it to the federal government. We can be free of these troubles once and for all. Wait, but the government knows that Albert Respa was actually a spy, a German spy. They're not gonna be like, oh great, you have this official document signed by a German spy. Yes, of course, no diamonds. This is all very official. Are there diamonds here in Crimson? There are diamonds in Crimson. We have to check the riverbanks regularly for the ones that come down the river. Nancy, we know that your field work is very important to you, and we certainly can't prevent you from divulging anything you may have discovered here. We can only ask you to think about what that news could mean for Crimson. You all pile into Nathan's automobile, except for Mr. Richards, as there isn't enough room in the four-seater. I'm really gonna miss this place, in spite of everything. You turn and face forward. The rattling of the rough road makes it hard to think. The only coherent thought you manage to have is, what will you tell your boss? And what could that mean for your future? Be a detective now. You're really good at it. For the most part, except for you need to pick up whatever padlocks you see. You failed in that one capacity. Any detective worth their salt would have known that you need to take all padlocks that you find. Okay, Nancy, the train's gonna leave soon. Be well. Wait, is Kimmy staying? I talked it over with Evan, Jack, and Nathan. I think I'll stay on for a bit. It's been so tense here. I want to relax, enjoy the birds, and the fall migration is starting in a few weeks. I think she is just here for the birds. I should have just said birds. I think I typed more than birds, and that maybe was confusing. I'll miss all of you. Thanks for letting me stay with you, and please thank Mr. Richards, too. Thanks for covering for my complicity in his sister's death. Goodbye, Nancy. Yeah, bye, Nancy. Now go on. Train's not gonna wait forever. Right. Here I go. Aw, they're all waving goodbye! You can't help but wonder, did you miss anything? Yes. Did you leave any loose ends? Yes. Albert was an imposter, no question about it. He was definitely not an expert mineralogist. The glacial erratic boulder was not mineralogically relevant to this region. The greatest challenge this game has presented to me, other than realizing the significance of padlocks, is having to say mineralogical and mineralogically over and over again. I know I kept tripping up on it. Albert's actions certainly didn't help his mineralogist charade. What about his words? Was there any written proof that he wasn't an expert I can't even say it anymore. I've lost the ability to say mineralogist. I collected some rock salt from a bag in the smokehouse. Is there something? Oh my god, I knew where the diamonds were stored. I knew they were there. I knew they were in the rock salt. Oh my god. Well, shucks. I'm not so good of a detective after all. Demoted from senior detective to junior detective. Ranger Murdoch meets you at Union Station, as arranged. Ranger Murdoch! Hello, Nancy. It's good to see you again. Would you like me to drive you home to rest? No thanks, I'm eager to have my interview. Let's go! Suddenly the door bursts open to reveal your boss, Professor Plummer. Nancy, what did you find? Are there diamonds in Crimson? I must know. Yes or no? No. I don't trust you, Professor Plummer. Okay, now let's really begin. Do you have any evidence connecting Nessa to the scene of the jetty? Yes or no? Yes. What evidence did you find? Fingerprints. I found Nessa's fingerprint on a shattered crystal decanter at the jetty. I think Nessa had a confrontation with Evan on the jetty, during which she forcefully threw the decanter down, causing it to break. Did you find anything in areas besides the jetty that would connect Nessa to Evan's kidnapping? Yes. Almonds. I found these Jordan almond fragments on the table in the smokehouse. I managed to recover Nessa's fingerprint from one of the candied shells. Do you have anything else to share that would connect Nessa to Evan's kidnapping in areas other than the jetty? Yes. Shoe prints. I found Nessa's shoe prints in the wooded area near the jetty. Do you have anything else to share that would connect Nessa to Evan's kidnapping in areas other than the jetty? Yes. Hair. I recovered these hairs from the woods north of the jetty. I'm pretty confident they belong to Nessa. The bulbs of these hairs are intact. That means they needed to be ripped from the scalp with some force. That definitely implies she was part of a struggle in that area. We believe Mr. Richards was being held in the lodge's smokehouse before being moved to the garnet mine. Did you find any evidence to support our theory regarding his unlawful confinement? Yes. Fibers. Yes, I found rope fibers on the floor of the smokehouse. I believe he's tied up and then taken away later. How did you figure out that Mr. Richards was taken to the garnet mine? Symbol. Mr. Richards had used the jam from Jack's thumbprint cookies to draw a hidden symbol. The symbol even resembled the thumbprint cookies, which I learned are called Hallongrotta in Swedish. Hallongrotta means raspberry cave in English. And a raspberry cave could be a garnet mine? Exactly. Nessa was trying to intimidate him. Yes. Almonds. Mr. Richards is allergic to almonds and has been since childhood. It was common knowledge, and Nessa brought Jordan almonds with her when she returned to the lodge. Do you have any evidence that connect Corvus to these crimes? Yes. Button. I found this metal button, which I recovered from outside the smokehouse. I observed Corvus wearing a striped vest with this exact type of button that very same night. If you examine the clothing he was wearing at that time, I'm sure you'll find that one of the buttons is missing. Do you have anything else to share that could help connect Corvus to the crimes perpetrated on Mr. Richards? Shoe prints. I found Corvus's shoe prints on the jetty, in the woods leading away from the jetty and leading into the smokehouse. Do you have any evidence you'd like to give me that could help us make a case for Margot's murder? Arsenic. I saw Nessa bring a jug and drinking glass to Margot's boudoir. That struck me as suspicious, because there's no love lost between them. Later, after some of the water evaporated, a white residue was left behind. Thanks, do you have anything else to show me? Flypaper. I found this empty box of flypaper in the garden shed. I suspect Nessa was stealing flypaper and extracting arsenic from it. Everything else to show me? Jar. I recovered this jam jar from the river by Crimson Lodge. I think it's a key piece of evidence against Nessa regarding Margot's poisoning. There's a powdery white residue inside, along with a bit of flypaper. I'd be very interested to learn what the residue is, though I wouldn't be surprised if it's arsenic. I found a fingerprint on the outside of the jam jar. It's Nessa's fingerprint. What's more, I overheard Nessa having a conversation with Corvus in the apple orchard. She admitted to soaking flypaper in glass jars to obtain poison, storing it in her flask, and tossing the jars over the waterfall. Head home after completing your interview with Ranger Murdoch, and immediately set to work on your field report of Crimson. There you are, Nancy. I thought today's newspaper might be of interest to you. You start reading the newspaper, Villainess! The largest article is about Nessa Crabbe. It's a rather unflattering posthumous profile that delves into her various misdeeds and labels her the Crimson Villainess. The article describes the kidnapping of her own brother and the murder of his paramour, as well as fraud. The same article states that Corvus Shaw is being charged in connection with Margot's murder, as well as for Mr. Richards' kidnapping, assault, and attempted fraud. The next morning. Chapter 7 complete! You pick up the envelope. It's from Mr. Richards. There's a bit of a bulk to it. You're surprised the envelope fit under the door. You open the envelope and read the letter inside. Margot is a very successful businesswoman up in Skagway, which is what brought her unwanted attention from unsavory people. She had to do certain things to protect herself, including leaving town quick. She had to leave some things behind. She buried them and told me where. Now I'm telling you where. Coordinates and directions enclosed. If you're up for an adventure, seek out what she buried. Oh, it's beautiful. This is it. You excitedly use your trustworthy trowel to dig under the bush. You don't have to dig very far down before you hit a wooden cigar box. Yay! Cigars! Just what I wanted! Inside the cigar box, you find a purple velvet drawstring bag and an envelope. You carefully open the drawstring bag. Inside, you find gold nuggets of varying sizes, the largest of which is as big as a walnut. Gold! It doesn't feel right to leave the box empty. With a flash of inspiration, you realize exactly what you should do. You place your samples from Crimson into the cigar box. Back into the ground, where they belong. I'll keep your secret, Margot, if you'll keep mine. I don't think Margot will have a problem keeping my secret. You carefully rebury the cigar box beneath the bush. Margot picked a perfect spot to conceal her treasure. Even now, you can hardly tell where you've just dug. I suppose that's that. You take one last look at the mountains and rolling hills and wonder what Margot was thinking and how she was feeling as she stood in this spot. I wish I could have told you about the peaceful, beautiful place you'd find and the people you'd meet who'd care about you. Except for Nessa, who hated your guts and murdered you. You trek back to the dilapidated dock. The fisherman is waiting for you, his net's full of halibut. It starts and ends with fish. Ashes to ashes, fish to fish. You did a good job with sussing out the motives and actions of the other guests, but you missed the mark on a few things. I know! You don't have to tell me. 13 out of 24? That's not great. Oof, what a journey. I feel like I was just so caught up in the adventure of that I honestly didn't make a huge amount of commentary, but I think that just really speaks to the quality of the game and the mystery, especially. Like, I have a bit of a frustration with a lot of like detective games, even the Nancy Drew games sometimes, is that they're more like puzzle games than like detective investigative games, but this game was like basically all about the investigation, and I absolutely loved that element of it. I was totally wrapped in it. I was looking for the clues. I was trying to piece things together. And the beauty of this game as well, the pixel art, the stylization, the color palette, just absolutely impeccable. The music was also excellent. Honestly, just an incredible game. The only one part that I would say I didn't like about it was getting locked out of the best ending because I didn't pick up one item in a previous chapter of the game. Oh my god, I could have cried. But you know what? This is just an amazing experience overall, and I highly encourage you to check out the Crimson Diamond yourself to find out everything that I didn't discover when I was, busy yapping about how great a detective I was and like missing all the important clues. Thank you again to Julia for gifting me a copy of the game. I had an absolutely incredible time, and I look forward to replaying it in the future.